you're working at Facebook as a technical program manager. So, like, can you share about some of your responsibilities and how you get started working at Facebook?
Yeah. So my day-to-day work is to work with software engineers as well as physical engineers like electrical, mechanical, network, and site operations engineers to make sure that Facebook's data centers are planned well and run as best as possible. Um, I I'll give you a little like overview of how I got there, what I did in Berkeley mostly. So once I transferred to Berkeley, my first semester was just like kind of a hot mess, like trying to like being really excited to be there, focusing on the classes, and then joining and unjoining a bunch of clubs and even a sorority when like, just to
Oh,
figure out like what did I want to do, what kind of community did I want to build.
yeah.
Um, first semester, like everything failed. Like I just like didn't find my people or anything. And then second semester, I took a course called Berkeley Method of Entrepreneurship, which is just like a 1 week course on business and stuff. And that helped me find a good community. And then I joined a club called Blockchain at Berkeley, which was like just a student run research and consultancy. It was really small. Blockchain didn't blow up yet at the time. So I didn't even know what it was, but it sounded like cool. Like everyone there was just like cool, and I wanted to be friends with them. Um, so I'm saying that to say like I got my footing at Berkeley over the span of like several months of just like trial and error of where I felt like I was useful or like could add value and also felt like I was getting value. Um, at Blockchain at Berkeley, it was a super small little team of students who were passionate about learning about cryptocurrency,
Oh, wow.
passionate about learning about blockchain technology and how it could change the world, not just in the corporate space, but like how it could actually change the way that we trade
Yeah.
value. Um, um, as part of that, and so like lots of schools have consultancy orgs in general. They're around a plethora of different topics, and I'm sure there's blockchain clubs now at every like UC and other school. But the cool thing about that club is they start you out usually doing like internal projects. So they kind of assign you like a topic, and they say like come up with a pitch deck or like a prototype with a small team of people for like applying blockchain to voting is what my first one was. And that gives you experience like bringing a product from an idea to a minimal viable product at least. And I did that like multiple times to the point where once you earn a little bit more like experience in that community, you can start working with actual companies or nonprofits.
Oh, wow.
And I ended up working with a team who was doing like blockchain prototypes for BMW or early R&D.
Oh, wow.
And then the next semester, I became the project lead.
Oh, wow.
So that gave me an experience that felt like an internship, but it was kind of like you just kind of get in there.
Yeah.
And I've never had an internship. So zero internship
Oh,
and got a job at Facebook. I just want to let you know that.
oh, wow.
I did study abroad a summer because it's hard to find a study abroad program for a STEM major that keeps you on track to graduate in time, because a lot of times they have you take, they're like humanities heavy or languages heavy. But I found a study abroad program in Munich, Germany called Engineering for Sustainability. And they have you take smart vehicles classes, a German language class, and then like another entrepreneurship thing. So it was just like 6 weeks, but it was good experience. And I got to like kind of learn more technical stuff about smart vehicles. Like, cause now the IDC stuff is coming back because I did some smart vehicle stuff and I'm like, oh, like I'm a fit for this. And I got into the program. But yeah, no internship. My main experience that kind of like got me to be technically fit for the role at Facebook was that blockchain stuff. not because I work at blockchain on Facebook or work on blockchain at Facebook, but I um, did a lot of research just personally out of my own interest again
Oh,
on the energy expenditure of Bitcoin mining farms, which are just like these big warehouses of ASICs or specialized
yeah,
computer chips that just like run forever and ever to print Bitcoin.
yeah.
Uh, and they're like super energy inefficient. Bitcoin is specifically. So I did a bunch of research on that, trying to quantify how much energy Bitcoin is taking, and then trying to like come up with solutions. And data centers, the stuff that runs like our usual business here, even Zoom, Facebook, whatever, data centers are physically kind of similar to Bitcoin mining farms, just in that they're big rooms full of computers. Facebook does it with renewable energy, but physically, like the constraints and type of like trade-offs that you have to think about in efficiency and security and all of that kind of stuff. Um, I had that kind of like knowledge coming in there, which helped me qualify for this Facebook role. So no internships, but just kept on doing that habit of like researching stuff I was curious about, applying to hackathons. You can do hackathons without doing actual hands-on coding because you can help come up with like analytics or business reasons for why to do a certain project, and people will get a lot of value from that. Um, and yeah, I did do a bunch of hackathons that cropped up like throughout my time